feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come in here with me. I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Denver, where we'll see the Nuggets going up against the Golden State Warriors. Looking at the Warriors, they're coming in off a win in their last game against the Kings. That game was a dominant performance. Always nice to win one going away, but it's just one game, and they'll be ready to go tonight. And with All-Star Week almost upon us, people getting ready for the excitement. But Kenny, for teams on hot streaks, does this actually come at a bad time? They say, hey, we don't want to stop playing.
No, you never like to stop, honestly, Ernie, when the momentum is being positive, but you need a break. And this is truly a great break, so it shouldn't hurt too much.
And for these teams on the cold streaks, Ernie, they welcome the break. Mental reset for the second half of the year is desperately needed.
You talk about a mental reset desperately needed. Look right here, boys and girls.
You took a
Look
shot
right
at Shaq?
here.
Did you just take a shot at Shaq?
I shot at both of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I blocked mine. At least I caught it.
We take you courtside. Thanks for joining us.
On the floor of the visiting Golden State Warriors. At center, Zaza Pachulia. At power forward, Draymond Green. At shooting guard, Klay Thompson. At the other guard position, Stephen Curry. At the other forward position, Kevin Durant. The head coach of the Bristol team is Steve Kerr.
From Denver, it's the home of the Nuggets. We're broadcasting from the Pepsi Center. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, our game analyst, and from the sideline, David Aldridge. Last game for the Warriors, they pick up the W against the Sacramento Kings. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all theirs. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
And on the road, their perimeter shooting really helped to kind of keep the crowd out of the game.
No, I completely agree. They completely took the crowd out of it. They were scorching hot from the perimeter all night long.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And Golden State looking at who they've got. The sharpshooters Curry and Thompson are at the 1 and the 2. Inside, we've got Draymond at the 4 and Pachulia to his side. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. And the basket by Harris. About halfway into the season, Doris, teams are already separating themselves from the pack. What are some of the elements you are looking for right now as you take a look at those top teams and trying to figure out a championship contender?
So you know that line, it's about the economy, stupid. It's about the players, right? You got to have players. You got to have stars. The contending teams always have at least 2 or 3 stars. So let's begin there. The other part is you've got to have the right role players around the stars. Think about the Draymond Greens. Think about the Kevin Loves. Guys in those positions that are in support of maybe the guys who have the ball in their hands. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James. There's got to be an unselfishness, a professionalism, a commitment. All the things that make championships possible on any number of levels.
Chalk up 2 there. Green's got his second basket of the night.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Now, here's Jokic. 29 points for him last game against Oklahoma City.
And don't forget the sensational plays he made out there. He saw the court so well, firing perfect passes to teammates for wide open shots.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
That one good for 2.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Nuggets have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Stolen by Durant. Outside Curry. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
This is not a guy who's going to back down from contact. Steph Curry takes the knock inside, and for a jump shot specialist, this guy draws his share of fouls.
This is his first free throw of the game. That one is off. And the Nuggets over the past few seasons have done a great job as an organization of collecting talent.
And with that steady approach, they've been able to develop a star with Jokic. The Nuggets took a very disciplined approach to building this team, and you can see the depth they enjoy, and it all starts with the job this front office has done.
That's off as well, so he misses both.
Uncharacteristic trip to the line for him. Just lost his feel on those shots.
And he comes up with the deuce.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Jokic. Murray kicks to Jokic. And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Murray, coming off a stellar performance against Oklahoma City. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Just 5 on the clock. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Heating up early on. This is exactly how he wanted to start the night.
You're right. I mean, he's found his rhythm early. The defense has got to do a better job guarding him from this point on.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. And so here's Denver. The Warriors making the shot. From about 19 feet, Here's Pachulia. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Chandler outside. And here's Harris from the arc. The Warriors pull it in. Now the Warriors moving it up. Green with the ball. Stops. Pops. And the jumper is good. Green's got 8 points. The Nuggets trail by 9. And here is Murray. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. They double him with Green. Shot clock at 6. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Harris missing again.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot, well below 50% from the field in this period.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Nuggets have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And Denver decides to take their first time out here. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And guys, they just got so many good looks in that one, and the defense never able to affect their offensive rhythm.
Well, I think the defense from the other team was simply porous. There's no other way to put it. So many openings, and they made them pay for it.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
But, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
And now let's take a moment to check out the stats for Green. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. 10th in blocks, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And his ability to patrol the lane is a difference maker for that team. Exceptional timing and anticipation. That's why he's a top 10 shot blocker. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul. Now here's Murray. Not a lot of room. Stolen by Thompson.
Trying to come back, Kevin, and you can't afford too many mistakes. His 4th turnover hampering their efforts.
Well, Thompson is so great at sprinting up the floor, exceptional at getting to the right spot.
Yeah, and Steph Curry, maybe not putting up the numbers he did from that impressive MVP campaign, but he is still one of the most feared players in the league on offense. And when he wants to, he can take over a game, and there's just nothing you can do about it. There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter. And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
It's stolen by Green. Now the Warriors moving it up. Durant against Barton. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Pachulia. And with Curry and his ability to put a team away in one quarter, Greg, it's absolutely incredible.
I mean, Curry just has that ability to end the game's competitiveness in a short span. Well, what is amazing is he does so much and will often sit out the fourth quarter because of the lead he's helped to build.
The Nuggets trail by 14. Murray with it. 6 points for him. Passes it to Jokic. Sinks the three-pointer. Jokic has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, I think the best part of his tremendous three-point ability as a big man is just how much it stretches the defense.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And it's early, but obviously you've got to like the dominance down low. They're simply bullying the other team right now.
Here's Murray. Following the score by Golden State, Chandler hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Chandler's got his 2nd basket of the night. And Durant, here we go.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
Harris misses.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Well, you can see he's sputtering a bit, but he's trying to get going. I do like that he's continuing to be aggressive.
And after Kevin Durant made his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, he instantly became one of the most polarizing players, it seemed, Greg, in the NBA.
Listen, Kevin Durant has always been a star in this league, but now he's become the story. It's something that he can handle but doesn't try to seek out. Was able to prove all the naysayers wrong and just having another amazing season.
Well, Kevin Durant, one of the more efficient players that we have ever seen. This guy is a juggernaut by himself on the offensive end. He can score from virtually any spot on the court.
Now here's Murray. He has 6. Jokic sets the screen for Barton. It's stolen by Green. Oh, and here we go with Durant. Nobody back. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And the Warriors with some changes. West is checked in for Durant. Patrick McCaw comes in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Pass to Wiles. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. They double him with West. The pass to Wiles. Kicks to Murray. Just 5 to shoot. Jokic a screen. Looking to end the run. McCaw grabs the miss. Let's send it out to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Mike Malone. David?
Well, guys, with 2 losses in 3 games, they feel they know what works and doesn't work against this team. Coach told me that playing patient and being smart on offense was the big difference in the wins and losses. He said if they can do that, they'll end the season with a series split. Well, we'll see. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the report, David. So the goal is to come out early and get their shooters into a good rhythm right away.
And of course, that's always a goal. But the meaning behind it is that he wants them to play good, smart basketball, not taking too many chances.
Right. You've got to be able to use plenty of screens, not let players start to go one-on-one and try to do this thing individually. Run your sets, get the best shooters their shots.
Doris, every team now is looking for bigs who can rebound, block shots, defend in the perimeter, and hit the face-up jump shot, which we've seen. But now they're moving outside. That's asking a lot of the versatility from that one position. So when you think of that, who fits the bill in your mind?
Well, the guy who was eye-popping in limited action was Mr. Joel Embiid. What a great personality and a diverse skill set on the offensive end. Anthony Davis and Karl Anthony Towns, both from the University of Kentucky, have the kind of skill set that I think makes them the prototypical next-generation NBA player. Those guys can step away, make three-point opportunities. Both can face up, put it on the deck, and go in either direction. Both can go with their back to the basket. I mean, what a luxury for those coaches to have a big man with those capabilities.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
Now, here's Jokic. 7 points in the game. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
No good from West. The Nuggets trail by 19. Beasley outside. Murray kicks to Lyles. The putback. Jokic on the follow. Jokic has got 12 in the game.
5 of 5 to start. I think he's in a zone.
Here's Green, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. And that's 12 points for Draymond Green.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Now here's Murray. He's covered by Livingston. It's rebounded by Livingston. Warriors leading by 19 points. Here's McCaw. It's hauled in by Lyle.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Feeds it to Murray. To the left side wing. There's the screen. Ball's knocked loose. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's McCaw. He can't get that one. Excellent D there from Beasley. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for the Warriors.
You know, the play of their guards has been something to highlight. You love to see the backcourt contributing with the pass. When they're looking to make things easier for everyone, you see your bigs run the floor a little bit harder, and those things become contagious.
Now here's Murray. 6 points for him. Beasley outside. Pass to Lyles. Poked loose. Shot clock at 6. For 3, Beasley. David West grabs the miss. Warriors leading by 19 points. Iguodala, that's a two-pointer. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Murray kicks to Beasley. Passes it to Lyles. There's the feed to Murray. They double him with Green. Here's Jokic. West with some nice D.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Two.
And Draymond Green just does so many things well on the basketball floor. But to me, above all else, he really is an elite defender who allows this team to be creative with their lineups. You can just put him on any player at any position and feel comfortable with his impact.
Two.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Green, it just seems that as long as he's going to be in the league, he'll be in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. Draymond Greg has been that dominant on that end of the floor.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And one thing's for certain, you don't want to go at him when you need a bucket. Views it as a challenge, almost an insult if a guy wants to attack him. And he just has a knack for making winning plays on the defensive side of the floor.
Hard to believe that for a long time the Warriors were one of the bottom-dwelling teams in the NBA. When this ownership group took over, it completely changed the franchise.
Right. There were some highs for Warrior fans if you think about the Rick Barry era, the Run TMC years, and of course We Believe. But this team clearly has been the high point of this franchise. I admire Warriors fans because even through the losing, they stuck with their team.
Murray, the pass to Lyles. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
I don't think the pass could be better placed. That's a great assist.
Right block shot. West misses. The Nuggets shooting it officially from the get-go. They're at 52% from the field. For the finish, and the stuff by West.
Well, what a great look by Andre Iguodala. We know he's unselfish. If there's space for his guy, he's going to find him.
Here's Denver now. Last time in Oakland, they lost to the Warriors.
And, you know, this can happen on the road. You're out defending guys who have just gotten into a comfort zone playing at home.
No passion on the defensive end. Didn't look completely engaged. Really need to lock in and be focused on these road games.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Taking 2 shots.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. Young's checked in for Draymond Green. He hits both from the stripe. Warriors leading by 23. Shot and game clock separated by 5.
It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better. He's a phenomenal finisher.
And obviously makes him very difficult to defend because he can fly right over you. Boy, that is about as low a percentage shot as I've ever seen. I guess this guy likes a challenge.
West. Plumlee with some nice D.
Now that's where they want to go with the ball. They can tolerate a few misses as long as he gets his touches inside.
And now here comes Young leading the break.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Yes, you love that they're not settling for anything outside the paint. Excellent work getting right to the tin.
What a performance for Draymond Green. He has been the story for the Golden State Warriors. He caused a lot of headaches with his defense that quarter, coming up with steals again and again. We've got more in store for you right after this. And the basketball bloodlines of Klay Thompson. He tells us how his father and brother have become so involved with his success.
Dad always watches more film than me. And I watch film too, not saying I don't. But they're both fans and they have a huge passion for the game. That's why they're still around it.
Yeah, you know, it's great to have that blend of support and competitiveness around you really your whole life.
Yeah, you can try to put a little something over on your coaches from time and again, even your teammates maybe, but family, they'll check you every time.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a very convincing performance here from the Warriors so far.
I mean, so far that they're not settling for outside shots, really attacking the paint.
I think that's what you've got to do, right? If the looks on the interior are there, you have got to attack.
Lyles out there with Plumlee. Then there's Murray. And it's Craig in at the 3. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second.
Boy, they leave an area of the floor totally unprotected, and he lets it go to waste.
Here's Iguodala. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Emmanuel Mudiay spent a year in China prior to the NBA rather than playing in college. A lot of people respect what he did while he was over there. He said, being in a foreign country, everything is different. It made me mentally strong. Now in the NBA, he said, you've got to have confidence because every point guard in this league can play. You've got to keep that edge and be prepared at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Mental fortitude is critical, especially when you're a young player in this league. Hits the three-point bomb.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Well, you simply got to push through that, right? You need to at least contest the shot. Otherwise, he's going to knock it down. That's an example of great communication. He knows the spot to get to, and the pass is waiting for him.
Here's Lyles. Off target from outside.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. He almost never get that wide open a look.
Iguodala with the bucket.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
They set the pick. Knocked loose. And Iguodala with a clear path to the hoop. And he hammers that one down right on the face of Jamal Murray.
Wow, Iguodala, an incredible dunk. Woo, did he leave the ground quickly.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Timeout.
Denver calls timeout.
And for the last few seasons, we've seen where Andre Iguodala's role on offense has diminished. You know, he still contributes, but tends to defer a bit more there. And one thing you can say, though, defensively, still at an elite level in terms of his versatility.
Perhaps, Greg, the biggest asset Iguodala brings to a team is his ability to defend.
I mean, he just has great timing for when to go for the steal. I mean, he can still move his feet well and can guard anybody, but the versatility to guard point guards to power forwards is something that makes him special.
Different look here for the Warriors. Pachulia, he's checked in for West. Kevin Durant comes in for Young. Thompson, he's checked in for Patrick McCaw. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Harris dishes to Plumlee. The shot by Chandler, wide open. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
Well, such extraordinary court vision from Steph Curry. There are not many players in the league who would have been able to pick that one out.
Harris with it. Picked up by Thompson. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And checking out some numbers here for Harris. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. 5th in steals and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Wiles. Chandler kicks to Barton. A 3-ball. Barton missing again. And it's the Warriors' ball. Big stretch here going 10-2. Curry fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
We talk often about Steph Curry's knack for scoring through contact, his ability to maintain concentration, take the hit, and finish. Truly a thing of beauty. Boy, when you watch what Steph Curry does on the floor, it is almost unreal what he can do. In a single game, this guy could make 10 plays that might be career highlights for most players in the NBA. He makes the extraordinary look pedestrian.
One shot, mind the lanes.
And that one misses. And with Curry, we're almost too used, Doris, to his skill on the floor. We've come to expect to see something amazing.
Well, Kev, no doubt, because there are very few players in NBA history who are as exciting to watch as Steph Curry. He has takeover ability with his shooting. The creativity and playmaking are off the charts. What a special talent.
And it goes down 2 points.
Well, a sneaky way to get to the basket there on the offensive board, but that's Steph Curry. He does whatever it takes to help his team win.
And Durant comes to help. Got a piece of it. To the inside. Barton, no luck.
This has been absolutely brutal. Missed every shot this quarter. He needs to keep his head up and keep working.
I mean, you got to be honest, though. The transition defense just has been lacking.
Denver's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Harris kicks to Lyles. Chandler outside. The dish now to Barton. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. And slam dunk by Harris.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Pachulia, no luck.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint. He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Curry brings the double to the paint. Here's Lyles. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Thompson with the ball. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
Boy, how about that look from Klay Thompson? For a player known for his shooting, that passing, very special.
Martin with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. Here's Plumlee. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Plumlee's got 6 points.
You know, after not scoring a single point in the first quarter, they're still feeding him, and he's showing his appreciation.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Barton kicks to Harris. Thompson comes with the double team. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Barton.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Smooth sailing for Golden State. In the corner, Iguodala with it. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
Well, I just love the hard-nosed attitude of Andre Iguodala. When he's on the interior, he's so good at getting the defense to foul him. You know, if you ask most coaches in the league who is the best player off the bench, they'll probably tell you Andre Iguodala. He just gives you so much, right? The ability to be a playmaker, to make open shots. He's an incredible floor leader for the second unit. Everything you could ask for in a sub, it's Andre Iguodala.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
No good on the free throw. And for Andre Iguodala, most coaches would tell you he is the best off-the-bench option in the league, but he doesn't look like he'll ever win a 6th Man of the Year award.
And I think, Kevin, that goes to how the award is voted on more than it says anything about Andre Iguodala's impact on a basketball game. The 6th Man of the Year is usually the highest scoring reserve. Iguodala's effect on winning goes well beyond putting points on the board.
Nor is something that's become popular, debating whether a player is a star or a superstar. To you, what's the major difference between those two thoughts?
To me, the biggest difference between star and superstar are those guys who are willing to absorb the label on a night-by-night basis and a moment-by-moment basis. You can't disappear when the stakes get high. You can't disappear on a February night in the middle of the grind pre-All-Star break. Greatness requires you to come with it every single night.
And they don't care about the conversation about them. They're bulletproof in some ways, very thick-skinned.
Very Kobe-like attribute you just referenced.
Very good comparison. And the Warriors making a change here. Green's checked in. Chandler against Durant. Shot clock at 5. Barton right side. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. Let's take this moment to bring you a leaderboard featuring a very well-rounded group, the top rebounding small forwards in the NBA the last 10 games. 5th, Kevin Durant.
You know, the work they do on the boards is such a big part of all these players' game. I mean, they play much bigger than the grand majority of small forwards in our league.
Yeah, this is a very physical group of players, and all with a great nose for the ball. They don't shy away from getting down low and pounding the boards with the big guys. In fact, they just thrive on it.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Curry brings the double, stolen by Thompson.
I mean, these giveaways aren't doing them any favors on the scoreboard.
Well, don't let the pretty stroke fool you. Thompson will throw it down every now and again. You've got to keep him out of the paint.
Barton kicks to Jokic. And here's Harris from the arc. No good for the 5th time from the floor this game. He's made 2 shots. Here's Thompson. No good that time. Some solid defense from Harris. Chandler outside. That's good from Harris on the assist by Chandler. And it's 7 points for Gary Harris.
You hope that's a wake-up call for the defense, boys, because you give them that clean a look and it's over. Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine, Kev.
Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Green. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. The Nuggets shooting at 44%. Pretty reasonable. It's Barton on the wing. Guarded by Kerr. Lyles controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Green. Lays it up and banks it in. Green's got 20.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Lyles passes to Barton. Harris with it. Picked up by Thompson. Thompson comes with a double team. Barton, wide open, he fires. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Durant. Oh!
How about the quick jump from Kevin Durant? He was impressive on that one.
Denver shooting 40% since the beginning of the second quarter. Knocked away. Stolen by Durant. He kicks it to Green. Thompson left side. And Durant, here we go.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
Barton kicks to Lyles. Jokic a screen. Chandler outside. The three-pointer off the mark.
It's hard for them to cut into this lead when he's firing zeros. All period, he's been so cold.
He feeds it to Barton. Cans it from downtown. Barton's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
No, he did not. Well, you can tell Kevin Durant is percolating right now. He is exceptional at getting to his rhythm.
Barton kicks to Lyles. Knocks it loose. Durant with the steal. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
That is not possible. What we just... is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
And with the Warriors, their ability to score in bunches really is unmatched throughout the league. They'll be going along with the team, and then all of a sudden they have that 20-point lead in like 3 minutes. It can happen so fast that I think at times the other teams are shell-shocked.
Now, this is why guys love playing with Draymond Green. If you're open, he'll find you, and his feel for the game is amazing.
Harris with it. Picked up by Thompson. Jokic a screen. Green against Barton. Just 5 to shoot. The offensive rebound. Here's Jokic. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
And again, it's Kevin Durant. Durant's got 29 in the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
For the three, Chandler gets the three-pointer to fall.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Here's Thompson. And it's Denver with the rebound.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. You've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that.
And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, you know, some might say, hey, can't we just skip the replay this time around? But you just never know.
And the call is going to be overturned. The second look shows that he did, in fact, beat the clock.
Yeah, they're glad they're going to get those points. It wasn't too long ago that they wouldn't even have looked at it on the monitor, but replay's here, and it's here to stay for situations just like that one.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors, able to put on a show for the ages. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the second half?
Well, we just have to do what we do, move the ball and wear them down with our ball movement, our cutting, and our spacing, and set better screens, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, it always seems to work out for you in the long run. Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 29 points, 5 steals, and 2 assists. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, they built this lead in large part because of the sharpshooters off the bench. The subs played a superb game. Get it? Sub, superb. Oh, I'm rolling tonight. I mean, they played like starters.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
The lights of downtown Denver shimmering in the background as we welcome you back to the Mile High City and the Pepsi Center. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
And it's mattered not, Greg, whether he's been spotting up or creating for himself. He was unstoppable, and you hope it carries over to the second half.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. The Nuggets shooting in this game, 45%. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Thompson and Durant, the sharpshooters at the 2 and the 3. Inside, we've got Draymond at the 4 and Pachulia to his side. And it's Curry in at the 1. Barton outside. Out to the right wing. Murray, the pass to Jokic. And it's Denver scoring again.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
Barton kicks to Murray. Lets it go from deep. Barton, no luck.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
Barton missing again.
I'll tell you, if he keeps missing shots, it's going to be a tough night to try to trim this lead.
And one of the things about Will Barton's game that to me makes him such a force is how unpredictable he can be. He plays at times almost like a man out of control, and it really does work to his advantage as he is a difficult guy to deal with in those one-on-one situations. And look at it, a significant portion of their offense coming on those second chance opportunities.
The Nuggets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
One shot.
Free throw, good. Jokic. And to back up the point with Barton in his chaotic play style, he knows exactly what he's about. Famously saying, Greg, I'm so creative most of the time, I don't know what I'm going to do.
And, that might sound glib, but it is just how Barton plays. I mean, a fantastic competitor who just does what it takes to win. He gives you a little bit of everything out on the floor. Well,
Wow. Well, you respect the jump shooting, so you close tight, and Kevin Durant gets off on the dribble drive.
And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. Barton kicks to Jokic. The Nuggets with another miss. Now the Warriors moving it up. Chandler with the steal. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Jokic, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
controlling the defensive glass has been a problem here tonight.
And it's Durant missing. Denver's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Right wing. Murray kicks to Jokic. Tipped away. Stolen by Durant. And it's the Warriors on the break. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
How about the incredible floor awareness from Kevin Durant? Such a sense for when one of his teammates has a clean look.
That's tipped. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Pachulia. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Jokic, no good.
Yeah, good interior D there. Prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
And here we go. Warriors running again. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
Pachulia's toughness on display. Skies for the easy finish.
They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
I don't care what anybody says. You can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you got to make some changes.
Curry brings the double. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Curry leading the charge.
And you look at it, 8 of the last 10 points they've given up here coming in transition.
Barton against Durant. Dishes it to Murray. Launches it. Traps in the tray. Murray's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And if you don't get out on Murray, he will light you up from beyond. He's lethal.
Nuggets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the 3rd quarter got underway. Martin with it, picked up by Thompson. Jokic sets the screen for Harris. Martin from outside. It's rebounded by Golden State. Pachulia's got 8 rebounds in this game.
Struggling to make shots this quarter and making it hard to catch up. Another solid game from this guy shooting the basketball, just adding to this lead. So hard to defend.
Murray kicks to Jokic. The kick out to Barton. Barton missing again.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Doris, back in college, you earned a master's in education. How close were you to pursuing that path versus veering into becoming an analyst for basketball games?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I always felt like I would be a high school teacher and a basketball coach, and someday maybe I'll coach a boys' high school basketball team. Very close, Kevin. I happened into broadcasting. I left coaching at Providence College. They put their women's basketball games on radio, and that was my entree into the business, and slowly but surely it grew every year.
But still educating still, right? I mean, don't you feel there's a part of education to being an analyst?
Oh, there's no question about it. You are trying to help that viewer to be as close to the action as we are fortunate enough to be, and sure, just describing what's going on. It's a lot of fun.
You are a PhD in broadcasting. Plumlee, he's checked in for Will Barton. And then for Golden State, West is checked in for Pachulia. Iguodala comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Patrick McCaw in for Thompson. And both free throws good for Durant. And Doris, looking at the financial health of the league, tremendous TV ratings with the finals coverage again. Nearly half the teams valued around $1 billion, which to me is just unfathomable. Are we in the golden age of professional basketball in this country, of the NBA?
I think certainly we are in one of the great generations for the NBA. And think about this. I know soccer is the most popular game worldwide, Kevin, but increasingly basketball beyond the borders of the United States is one of the most popular and fastest growing sports. So I don't think there's any question the NBA is at its peak of its popularity with no end in sight. And I think there's a reason for that. I think there's something very tangible and touchable to the NBA fan. Look at a guy like Steph Curry. He looks like every man, and yet he's finding tremendous success. That's appealing to NBA fans of the next generation.
Curry brings the double. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. Fires the three. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got 3 assists in the game. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Iguodala. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from for the Warriors.
Well, just look at the cluster in the middle of the paint. That right there tells you all you need to know about how they have built the lead they have. They are playing with more intensity on the offensive side of the ball, and it's the difference in the game right now. You have to love how they've approached this matchup.
Now here's Murray. Not a lot of room. Here's Plumlee. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Plumlee's got 4 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, when he gets in that deep, there simply has to be some help defensively. The size mismatch is just too great there.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
Yeah, that's right. You said it. They don't find a way to switch it back on. They're in trouble.
Murray kicks to Jokic. Off target with the open look.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Kept alive. West gets the bucket.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Harris outside. The tray. Steph Curry with the rebound.
Boy, the way he's been going, he is not going to be the guy to turn this around.
That one good for 2. And that's now 8 points for David West.
And West, a knockdown mid-range shooter. You just assume it's going in whenever it leaves his hands.
Harris, count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11. And the dunk by West.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
It's just so great to see ball movement like this, and he is excellent at getting his teammates involved.
Murray kicks to Jokic. To the paint. Jokic draws the double. Durant with the steal. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
How about Kevin Durant on the dribble drive? What to do with this guy? He's got so many ways he can hurt you.
Harris outside. Plumlee dishes to Murray. Kicks to Chandler. And Durant comes to help. Here's Jokic. Hands the shot from the wing. Jokic has got 27.
Well, you can see he's feeling it right now. Shots dropping from all over the place this quarter.
Iguodala, that's good.
Iguodala at his best. A terrific drive. Gets to the rim with ease.
Murray kicks to Jokic. For the three, Chandler. That shot, no good. And Golden State will go the other way with it. Here's McCaw, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And just the fact that Curry doesn't force anything, just runs the offense the way it's supposed to.
Now here's Murray, guarded by Curry. Here's Harris, an easy layup after coming off the pick. Harris has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Boy, defender taken out of the play with a rock-solid screen. No way he's going to get through that. Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, guys, no clue what went wrong there.
From the corner, Harris missing again.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range. And how about last season, Steve Kerr becoming the fastest coach in NBA history to reach the 200-win plateau? This guy has had nothing but success in his first run and already considered one of the elite coaches in the league.
Now the pass to West. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. West has got 10 points here in the second half. Now here is Harris. 14 points for him. He dishes it to Murray. And David West gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Golden State. Young comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Checking out some numbers for Iguodala. His last 10 games, he's putting up about 5 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Leaps for it, just 4 to shoot. Here's West. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. The Warriors have been shooting 50% at the line, 5 of 10.
And looking at the numbers this season, they're shooting a robust 82% from the line. That's about as good as it gets.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus. Just make the simple play.
And the stuff by West.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
The Nuggets shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
At the line for 2.
Two shot.
The first free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And the Warriors tack on two more.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
One of the steals of the draft last season might have been Patrick McCaw, the former UNLV player. Doris fit right in with what the Warriors were trying to do on the floor, and he saw a good amount of rotation minutes.
Well, McCaw proved he was ready to play early in his NBA career. There's no doubt about that. He's got incredible range shooting the basketball. He's also very rangy with how he defends. So much to like about this guy's game.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent.
50 seconds left here in the third quarter. Murray, the pass to Lyles. And a miss there on the triple. And so here is Golden State from 18 feet away. Here's West. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
Whoa, sizzling from the field this half, and that's after a shaky start.
Now here's Beasley. D right on him. Murray for 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. And now running up the court, West pushing it up. The Warriors have made a little more than half their free throws today, 7 of 12.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And David West drops them both.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Now Beasley. He has 6. Knocked away. The high post shot. Keeps it alive. And it's good. But hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And honestly, guys, in real time, I couldn't really see whether he got it off in time. But with the benefit of replay, it seems pretty clear that the clock expired just before the release.
And they're keeping the call as is. It was close, but he had not released it before the clock had expired.
Yeah, still better safe than sorry. I think they did the right thing to take another look at it. And if it's so close that you can't tell by the naked eye, might as well go to the slow-mo.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. Right back after this break. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Move it to the next guy. Drive and kick. Let it come out in the wash, all right?
And Steve Kerr asking his guys to simply run their offense, share the basketball.
Yeah, and don't just settle for tossing it around the horn. Attack the defense. Play inside out when you can.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. They've got Kenneth Farid, Moutier out there with Beasley, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Doris, wearable body tracking, such as sensors the teams use to determine stress load on players' bodies, how much they run during a game, during a practice, how fast they're going. Are we taking this thing too far?
You know, it's an excellent question. Listen, technology is increasing to the point where these teams now have a greater body of information with which to work. So I think just like we see in other areas of the game, analytics relative to team success, what's a good shot, what's a bad shot, the more information, the better. I think it comes down to an organizational decision. How much stress will we put on the information given by these particular body tracking monitors? I think it's got to be on a case-by-case basis. Certainly, the organizations will use it to the best of their abilities.
But if it helps the game, helps the players stay healthy, gives teams a better compass on how to use the players, I'm all for it.
Me too, Kev. Me too.
And they're just dominating on both ends, and it's reflected now in the score.
Well, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Moutier kicks to Farid. There's the pick. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That's his first foul. Now here's Moutier. He's covered by Livingston. And Young comes over to help. Stolen by McGee.
And I like the way he's settled down here. I mean, after the sloppy first half, he's done a much better job taking care of the ball.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Here's Moutier. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Here's Hernan Gomez, and another miss by Denver. Warriors have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Got that bucket in no time at all.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
For Denver, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Feeds to Moutier. And then Moutier slams it in.
An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two. It goes on Kenneth Farid. Doris, the new designated player veteran exception allows teams to pay their biggest stars much more money than any other team can offer around the league. How good is that for the league in terms of competitive balance?
Well, you would never, to me,
shots.
want to see a player like
Two
LeBron
shots.
James or Kevin Durant underpaid relative to their value of the team. And I think for a long time, Kevin, that was part of this. And so I'm interested in your take. I want these guys to be fairly compensated. And that's the most important thing.
I do love when a player is developed by a team and stays with that team. We see so few of those instances in pro sports, but a lifelong Pacer or a lifelong Celtic, I think to me that has great meaning, especially if I were a fan of that team.
Well, we were so used to that as kids growing up. You know, those players stuck with our team for extended periods and many times for their entire career.
Yes. Denver's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Here's Moutier. Clock at 6. There's the screen. From deep. Drains the three-pointer. The Warriors have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. And it's Thompson that time on the assist by McGee.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Beasley against Thompson. Beasley kicks to Moutier. David West grabs the miss. West has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's McGee. At 3 off the mark. Nuggets have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Here's Craig. No good with the triple. Here's Golden State. They're on a 15-5 run here. Thompson for 3. Good for the basket, number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Beasley with a clean look, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Challenging this D with the 3 ball. That's his 2nd from distance this half, and he also hit one in the first half, too.
They get the rebound, and the shot is good. Young's got 6 here in this quarter.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now here's Moutier. Defense right on him. Fareed. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Warriors have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. No good from West. Denver's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Here's Hernan Gomez, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
They set the pick. Moutier with the ball. West picks him up. Moutier kicks to Fareed. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Shortening the preseason, adding a week to the regular season to avoid some back-to-backs. Doris, how much is that going to help the players, you think, stay healthy?
You know, this is a fascinating development in one of the areas where the NBA was so proactive in long-term health and well-being of their players. Kevin, I'm anxious to see. Everybody was frustrated by the number of preseason games. They didn't matter. And so I think by taking some of those games that have zero impact on the season, zero impact on how you evaluate and put your team together, is going to be critical to avoiding back-to-backs and the dreaded 4 games in 5 nights. I'm so excited to see how this plays out.
Doris, we're going to get a better product in the regular season. We're going to see players fresher, less injured. I mean, it's a win-win.
Agreed.
Pachulia, he's checked in for the Warriors. And the second free throw, good. So it's the Warriors now. Here's Young, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Denver.
Two shots.
That one is off. And he's good on the second. Doris, some people are pushing for Holcomb Rucker to be inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. What do you think are the chances of that happening?
You know, I think contributions to the game take many shapes and forms, Kevin. And obviously, Rucker Park is one of the most identifiable places in the history of the game. If you're a city basketball player, you know Rucker Park. You tried to prove your bona fides there. So if the committee believes Mr. Rucker is worthy, I am all for it.
The Nuggets have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Hernan Gomez in the corner. Back to Beasley. Shot clock at 5. And Young comes over to help. And again, Denver no good. Golden State's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Livingston, no luck.
Well, can't find the target, but good work to get into open space inside the arc.
Back to Moutier, all alone. And the shot goes in. Moutier's gone 3 of 6, shooting from the field, 50% so far.
No, he did not.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Screen by Fareed. Fareed setting the pick for Moutier. Beasley for 3. Hernan Gomez passes to Craig, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Doris, for you in evaluating how good a player was over his career. You can look at analytics, statistics, whatever avenue you want to take. How important are the rings, the championships in that equation for you?
You know, I know there is some conversation that's saying if you don't have a ring, your career wasn't great. I would say this to you. Karl Malone and John Stockton are in no way diminished in terms of their Hall of Fame credentials simply because they lacked a ring. Sometimes it's the era within which you're operating. Michael Jordan was the greatest player of his generation. Some would say the greatest player of all time. I would say that Karl Malone and John Stockton, unfortunately, were at their peak, in the peak of maybe the greatest player, Michael Jordan. So in no way is someone like Patrick Ewing diminished in terms of his stature and greatness simply because the Knicks were never able to break through. I don't buy that argument.
You frame that so well. And the second free throw, good.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second despite being down.
Here's West. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. Moutier kicks to Hernan Gomez. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Warriors shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. Shots good from West.
He's made obvious improvements since the half, really getting into an offensive groove.
And so here's Denver. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. And David West gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. They swipe it. And now running up the court, West pushing it up. Good on the bucket. West has got 31 points.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Well, typically speaking, transition points are high percentage looks. Get out and go, that's their philosophy.
Knocked away. Hernan Gomez with the ball. And Young picks him up defensively. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
That is his second personal foul. Shooting forward, David West, taking 2 shots.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And David West drops them both. And here are the Nuggets now. Pachulia with the steal. And now West pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
Really just sheer dominance, going into enemy territory and flat out taking over this one.
Moutier past to Hernan Gomez. The feed now to Plumlee. Beasley for three. The Warriors pull it in. Young's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And David West, the bucket on the assist by Livingston. Livingston's got his 8th assist in the game. Denver shooting only 35% in the fourth quarter. The offense looking a little rickety. Hernan Gomez with the ball. West picks him up. Plumlee, no luck.
And they've just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Well, Greg, I think this other team is just in a zone right now. They're clicking on the offensive end, and the defense starting to look frustrated.
Moutier kicks to Beasley. Back to Moutier. Shot to stop the drought. Warriors with the rebound. Pachulia's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Young. No good that time. And the Nuggets going the other way. Pass to Craig. Lets it go with a 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Young outside. That drops and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. And Young comes over to help. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on David West.
At the line, your Nuggets. Hernan Gomez. Taking 2 shots.
Free throw good, Hernan Gomez. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 1:58 left to play here in the fourth. Pachulia kicks to Young. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss.
Well, that's tough defense in the paint, harassing him every step of the way.
Passes it to Moutier. Tipped away. Young with the steal. And now Young running the floor all by himself.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
And there's the pass to Craig. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
I think it paid off, that's for sure.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Kevin Durant.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
Beasley outside. Tipped away. It's stolen by Livingston. Here's McCall. Covered by Beasley. McCaw with the bucket.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
What fearlessness, right? He likes to go at taller defenders, and he shows he has what it takes to get it done.
One shot, mind the lanes.
Moutier, no good on the free throw. And with Moutier, although he is a heavy rotation player, Greg, he is still somewhat of a project long term.
You know, it isn't always easy to be patient with Moutier, but that's what is needed. Slowly improving his efficiency, which is a big issue for him. And you can see the raw potential, but he has a lot of smaller things to clean up.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're leading. There's 31 seconds left in the game. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. West, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. West has got 39.
And on the road, silencing the crowd. What a dominant performance.
Well, they took control of this game from the outset, a commanding all-around performance and an important road win.
Here's Livingston. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
He just punishes you on the backboard. I mean, it's pretty deflating for a team trailing big and still giving up second chance opportunities.
You know, I think he senses a team on the ropes, and he's looking to put them away. That killer instinct is shining through once again.
Relax on the first.
And he knocks down the first one. So he gets them both. Shot from the inbound, and it's good on the way in.
I tell you, he's making everything he looks at tonight. He should be their number one option on every possession.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The first free throw is good. He makes 1 of 2 that time. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Kevin, night and day for the defense. What was better in the second half?
Well, early in the game, they got some easy threes, 4 or 5 threes. And they're a great shooting team, and they're great in the paint. So we just had to make a second effort. I think the only adjustment we made was playing harder. And we just got to continue to keep playing together on both ends.
Yeah, Chuck Daly used to always say defense is all about effort, and you showed it tonight. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.